Hello, everybody, and welcome back to yet another episode of the Unathletic. We are three unathletic men here to tell you how the game is supposed to be played. Today, we want to talk about RCB, and finally, this day has come where you can sit down and talk about us having a trophy.
This is the fucking best episode yet, man.
Let's go. So, we are very pumped to talk about this. But before we do, we wanted to mention the series of unfortunate events that occurred the very next day. We wanted to share our condolences to the people who've lost their lives as well as the people who were injured during the celebrations. Just wanted to mention that. And so, coming back to the sporting side, Amar, I want to bring you in.
Yeah.
How does it feel? Finally.
Unreal, man. Unreal. Yeah, it tainted a little bit of the celebrations, but we're here to talk about the sport and the game. And 18 long years of waiting. Virat Kohli was waiting to lift the trophy. I was waiting to come onto a podcast and speak about it. So the pain has been shared. Let's just say that we've had some very, very heartbreaking moments through the course of the IPL. Came in the finals 3 times before this. 2016 was a year where, it looked like we cannot lose after that 973 run season. The team that we had, if you see, it was not only AB Gale and Kohli, it was also KL Rahul, Shane Watson. There were a lot of other players over there who we thought, are going to finally lift the trophy for RCB. Didn't happen, but I think it sort of crescendoed in the most beautiful way possible.
It did.
I think this wait just gave us that extra sort of desperation, you could say, or that want to get something that you can't get your hands on, and when it finally happened,
when you get it feels a whole lot sweeter.
It felt unreal.
I think that the two things which matter the most in that is that, number one, it's a very kind of emotional time for all of us if you're a Virat Kohli fan.
Correct.
Because he's said goodbye to the Indian Test team. He's
Correct.
said goodbye to the Indian T20 team. And you're now at a stage where you're counting the number of years he has left, right? And you start to wonder, is he going to lift the IPL at all, right? And for us to do that in this season where genuinely we have been the best team. There are not a lot of years, 2016 maybe, where you felt like RCB was the best team. I don't see any other year where you could confidently say that, hey, we are actually the favourites going into this, right? Like, we are so good. Yes, we were all scared of Mumbai because Mumbai are like that. They have like superstars. But over the course of the season, RCB were fantastic. They were playing amazing cricket. Everybody contributing. And to see that happen in the finals as well. When you have scored, 190 odd, right? Almost 190. And the top score in the team is what Virat Kohli scored, which is in the 40s.
Yeah.
It shows you that everyone contributed. When you go to the bowling as well, everyone contributed. And I felt like, this now seems very poetic and I'm putting it this way, but it really felt like everyone wanted to just come together and just finally give the RCB fans something to celebrate. And everyone took part in it. Everyone had a lot of accountability, lot of responsibility while playing on the pitch, and that's the reason we won the trophy. It was beautiful, man. We'll get into our experience as well, because the three of us and our producer Abhi, 4 of us watched the game together at the heart of Bangalore on Church Street. It was just a special night for the city. It was just a special night. It felt like it's more than just sports, That's what it always feels like when you're so emotionally attached to something. So it was beautiful.
Take us through the first innings, Amar, because I remember vividly during the screening, the moment Phil Salt went, you're like, the game's gone, it's done, it shouldn't have been this. You started losing your composure there,
So I just want to put it out there that I've been reverse jinxing RCB since the last 2 years.
This guy, bro.
And, it's something that you've taught me, bro.
I taught you on text and all.
Yeah. I've followed it through and through, but I was just shocked about that Phil Salt's wicket because when he hit the ball, I thought it was going for 6. It went so high up in the air.
Yeah.
I think all of us thought that.
It looked like he timed it.
Yeah, and when he got out, it was actually an, what happened here kind of moment. Obviously, the nerves are there of the finals. As Akshat said, it's little contributions from everyone. So, Kohli got a 40. That was the highest score, about 43, 44. Livingston chipped in, who'd not had a good IPL at all.
Yeah.
Jitesh Sharma played a crucial knock. Those 2 sixes changed the momentum.
That really changed the
I was
match,
just going through this because I saw that if you're going through the scorecard, there are 5 players from RCB who've contributed for a greater strike rate than 170, and all of them have not hit more than like 20 30
runs.
30
Yeah.
runs.
Yeah.
Combined score of theirs was like 100 in like 50 or 60 balls, which is absolutely incredible contribution in a final. You put
And
together.
that's crucial. It's been the template for RCB throughout. Not just for, we talk a lot about their play of the matches. They've won 9 in the season. 9 different players have won player of the matches. But if you take it game within game, you'll see that there are these little contributions throughout the tournament. With the Mumbai game, Patidar had hit a 50, and then there was Kohli, Padikkal, Salt I think got out in the second ball in that match. Jitesh Sharma played a good knock.
In Lucknow.
In the Chennai game, again, when we were playing them away, Salt hit a good innings. Tim David finished. We saw small contributions from Kohli, from Padikkal. So that's been a template throughout the tournament. Not just the batsmen, the bowlers as well. They've come in and picked up wickets. I think there are only 2 outliers in the season where we can say that a specific player has just won the game for us single-handedly. I feel that's happened only twice. Okay, maybe 3 times. Once is definitely when Jitesh Sharma played that incredible knock against Lucknow.
85 from 36, 37 balls.
Yeah. And I just have to say that I've shat on Lucknow a lot in this podcast. And
It's like your favorite thing to do, bro, the last 2 months.
And when the game was going on, I was telling myself that this is your fault because that all of that karma is coming back to you, especially when Kohli got out. But I'm so glad that it's Jitesh Sharma who'd prove me wrong.
Yeah.
Who also I shat on the podcast.
Yeah.
So a little bit. But that was one innings. The second innings, I would say, was Romario Shepherd's game against Chennai, where he just took the game away from the opposition.
My God, big Rom, bro.
Yeah, big
what
Rom.
an innings.
Yeah.
That's a highlight for me in the season, actually.
Yeah.
Like in the
So that's what I'm saying. Like, there have been only these specific moments where players individually have just taken the game away. Usually it's been a contribution throughout. And the third that I would want to put into this category is Josh Hazelwood's over against Rajasthan, where there were 18 required from 2 overs. Dhruv Jurel was batting. He came and bowled an over, conceding just 1 run and taken 2 wickets. That won us the game. So these 3 individual contributions are highlighted, but it's been an overall season of small contributions.
But you need this though. Like you need certain situations require one person to step up and take the game away. So I think it was a really good way the team has been structured. So I just want to touch on that also, Akshat, because you guys have bought out the 2016 team about now.
Yeah.
Comparing that team to this team, you had incredible players there, your Galacticos in that squad, but then we did not have a good bowling unit.
We did not have bowling at all.
So comparing that team, which did go all the way to the finals, and you expected, just because Virat Kohli had an incredible season, you expected us to get the trophy home. But comparing that season to this season, how do you think the team's changed and what do you think is better?
See, like whatever Amar said about the names he mentioned with like Jitesh Sharma, Liam Livingston, all the batters, I think it's equally applicable for our bowlers throughout the season as well, right? In the initial phases of the season, you saw Krunal Pandya just being amazing, right? Like he would always come in and take a wicket when the team required to break a partnership. And of course, I'll get to what he did in the finals because he was the match winner in the finals for us, right? But apart from that, the way Bhuvi used to bowl in power plays, he wasn't a lot in the wickets, but he would ensure that he would keep one end tight. And then on the other end, you would have Josh Hazelwood, who's more of a natural wicket taker, who would come in and do that, right? Yash Dayal had a very up and down season, but I would say on average, he's had a very solid 6 on 10, 7 on 10 season.
Yeah, but you have to consider that he bowled the difficult overs.
He did. And Rajat Patidar trusts Yash Dayal implicitly. I think in 2 crucial games, he gave Yash Dayal the final of the match, including the CSK game again, where we needed to defend, I think, 16 runs in the last over. So, you can see, that there's trust in Yash Dayal. Bhuvi is an experienced and seasoned campaigner. He has performed incredibly throughout the tournament. Not in the wickets as much, but again, contributing in crucial ways with his economy rate as well. Josh Hazelwood is bowling incredibly well. Suyash Sharma has been on and off. There are days where I feel like he doesn't find his length and he bowls either too full or too short. But even when he's not taking wickets, he does put pressures on the batsman. He does give a good economy rate as a frontline spinner and ask questions of the batsman. So I feel like everyone has been contributing as a bowling unit as well. And nothing can say this better than Virat Kohli's own words. where in one of the many interviews he gave after the match, he mentioned that the bowlers are the one who won this tournament. And for that guy to be the leading run scorer, to be that humble and actually acknowledge that this tournament was won by the bowlers, it just tells you, like, you know, the recognition within the team of the importance of the way these people played. Coming to the finals itself, man.
No, but he said that because he's seen the darkest of the dark days,
Yeah,
bro.
he's
Like,
seen
he's seen
dog
Harshal
shit
Patel.
bowling. Yeah.
He's seen Harshal Patel going and giving fucking 38
But he's also
runs.
seen Harshal Patel purple cap in UAE.
Yeah. That same season he gave 38 runs in an over. So,
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
to Jadeja.
But in the finals, right? Like we'll get into a more detailed breakdown probably later. But I mean, it's hard to say anything apart from that magnificent performance by Krunal Pandya. There is something about these Pandya brothers which is just
clutch gene.
There's no other way. Like, when the stage is the biggest, when you need the largest of contributions, they are the ones who step up.
And in difficult situations.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the interview post-match, Krunal is saying that in the Pandya house,
there are
nine trophies over 11 years.
Yeah. I mean, like, that is just, it's respect, bro. Like, at the end of the day, you can think whatever you want about their personalities, right? People might not like them, people might think they're cocky and all. But, bro, at the end of the day, you play sports to win. These guys are natural born winners. And that line is, in world sport, there are not a lot of people who can say what he just said, bro.
Yeah.
Any sport you go into, brothers playing, father, son playing, uncle, bhanja playing, whatever it is.
Inaki Williams and
Nico Williams. Whatever you say, there are not a lot of people who can claim to have won those many trophies in those many years than these two guys. And all credit to them, man. All credit to them.
That takes me back to a point. I mean, this is a good segue to get into where I think after the auctions, I'd messaged Akshat and I told him RCB are really, really strong this year. Like, get excited because we're a really good team. But a lot of the cricket pundits, especially on CricBuzz, I don't know what it is with them, man. Like, they have such immense talent over there. But at the end of the day, I think they just do like fishing for likes or whatever, engagement farming. And I remember them rating RCB 7.4 out of 10.
Which is the lowest.
Which was the lowest at that time after the auctions. I'm like, what are you guys on about? Because this is a solid team. And I was very excited after the auctions. Now, yes, they got Phil Salt, Jitesh Sharma for all of that money. Let's not talk about that because everyone has spoken about that, right? They're incredible buys. I remember watching one of the RCB videos and Andy Flower, Dinesh Karthik and Mo Bobat saying that there has to be like stats are on one side, but there has to be a certain level of personality that need to be able to adapt to the pressure of RCB because it's a tough franchise to play. There are many fans all across the country. Chinnaswamy is always packed. No matter if you're 10th and you've lost all 14 games in the season, Chinnaswamy is going to be full. They're going to back you. So you need that level of mentality also to play for RCB, and that is something we need to take into account when we are looking at players in the auctions. Who did they go and buy? They went and bought players like Krunal Pandya. They went and bought players like Jitesh Sharma. Jitesh Sharma has gone onto a podcast where there are millions of people watching and said, I am Jitesh Sharma and I will do it for you guys. Like, don't worry.
Calm down, Jitesh Sharma is here.
Yeah. So that requires a certain, like, it requires a different level of mentality altogether to play for this franchise. We've seen people crumble under this pressure.
Yeah.
And that is something that I want to address, that they've not only used the auctions to go after stats, who's bowling well in the power play, who's batting well in the power play. Yes, that's important. Every team does that. But they're taking it another level, saying who can wear this jersey and play for RCB.
I wanted to get into that though, because we've been showing our love towards the on-field players, but I wanted to bring up the backroom staff, which has been talked about a lot. You just mentioned Mo Bobat, you mentioned Dinesh Karthik and Andy Flower. What have they assembled here? What have they got here?
Man, they have tackled the auction. A lot of us RCB fans have been begging the management to do, which is that, listen, I will never say that, oh, don't get me a Christopher Henry Gale, don't get me an A.B. de Villiers, don't get me a Dale Steyn. I'm not going to say that. But seeing those teams, I had fun. I am an RCB fan for life because of the brand of cricket we played, which is, I know this sounds like I'm talking in the air and all of that, but genuinely, when you see RCB, you associate it with an entertaining brand of cricket, which you associate with, right? You feel like, oh, I love supporting this team. But after 17 long years, you're like, guys, give me a squad which I can back, which I know is going to win. Right?
But is playing the brand of cricket that they want to play.
Correct. So there's that additional parameter, right? And that is what they've done. They have kind of mixed those two cultures of the RCB culture of being big and being bold and all of that with a more strategic kind of a how do we assemble a squad to win. That together, I think, is what has led to this. And I also want to say that for the coaching staff and for some of the players who've been here, right, you cannot underestimate the achievement of last year, of the way we were able to turn things around and reach the playoffs. I know we lost against Rajasthan after we reached the playoffs, but the belief which that gives you as a squad that we're thinking the right things, we're on to something big, right? I think that was also very important, and that's a part in when we go back 10 years into the future and we look at the history of RCB. Last season, us believing in ourselves, getting that turnaround, winning the last 5 games in a row, last 6 games in a row to actually qualify, that was a big factor. Because if you see even the support around RCB, right, this entire season, it's like, dude, we can do anything.
Yeah.
Right? We can do absolutely anything. And that for me came because of the heroics of last season.
So 2 things that I don't think will be broken in IPL forever is winning 6 games in a row to qualify is 1, and winning 8 if you count the finals.
9.
Away games?
Yeah, away games.
Away games, yeah. Winning 9 away games in a row. I don't think both these two are so... they seem like Mount Everest, yeah. It just doesn't seem popular. Sorry?
Which one?
175 by Gale. That is also not.
I don't think that's.
Oh yeah, that's a third thing. Yeah, I was just watching the highlights of that the other day, and it was just madness. He redefined what T20 cricket is. All these guys, Abhishek Sharma, Travis Head, they're all looking at that innings and playing the cricket now. He was that ahead of his time.
That was against what? Pune,
yeah.
Pune Warriors.
I was there for that game, and
apparently I just this is a little small segue out of this topic, but it was Pune who Gale was completely out of the contract, and Pune who wanted to get him, but I don't remember the person's name who was in charge of recruitment then for Pune. He said he's sort of like a firecracker. There's no he will not conform to the team's ideology.
I think it was George Bailey, if I'm not wrong.
And we got an injury immediately after, and our replacement was Christopher Gale. And to do the same thing against Pune, to do that 175 knock against Pune, what a stage.
So that's a really funny story.
37 run over in that match against some Indian bowler. Some guy with eyebrows, some Ishan. What was his name?
I forgot.
Something like that.
But back to that story, I think RCB had a replacement for Dirk Nannes was injured. And we were not having a great start to the season. And
I think it was Colton Island.
No, I'm pretty sure it was Dirk Nannes. Okay. He was injured, and we were playing against KKR the very next day. So Vijay Mallya makes a call to Gale, who is chilling in the Bahamas, and asks him, "Are you fit?" He says, "Yeah." He's like, "Are you ready to travel right now?" He says, "Yeah." He's like, "Will you play for RCB?" He's like, "Yeah." He's taken a flight. He's come directly to Kolkata. He's not even gone to home base Bangalore. He's come directly to Kolkata, played the match the same day, and hit 100 in his first game.
Crazy, man.
Yeah. There's some people that I feel that are born to play for RCB, and a lot of people who played this season are that. Let's get back to, how we won the trophy this year, right? Which is small individual contributions from everyone that are involved. What I really liked throughout the season was the captaincy of Rajat Patidar, which I think has gone very, very... I don't know why it's gone under the bus a little bit. Not a lot of people are talking about it. Yes, they're only saying that he's calm, which is okay. It's true. But it's not the only trait. He's also very attacking, and I think we brought this up in one of our previous episodes, but I just want to go in deeper a little bit, right? You see the bowling changes he's made. It's very, very, very attacking. He's always looking for wickets. The best game that I can take example of is Punjab RCB in the qualifier 1, where Punjab were on the back foot. We've taken 3-4 wickets in the power play. He gets back Yash Dayal in the 7th over, and he gets back Hazelwood in the 8th over.
Hazelwood bowled his 3rd over.
Yeah. By then it was 3-3-2, I think. 3 for Yash Dayal, 3 for Hazelwood, 2 for Bhuvi, or 3 for Bhuvi and 2 for Yash Dayal, whatever it is. But basically you're using 8 overs of pace up front. What is that saying? That is sending a clear message that I want you guys to get all out. like, I want to end this match over here. That's so refreshing to see.
Yeah.
Another example is in the Chennai game that we played first in Chepauk. Dhoni has come out to bat. This man has put a short leg for Dhoni for 3-4 balls because he knows Dhoni is going to defend against the leg spinner. The only person who's done that is Gautam Gambhir in 2011. I don't know why not a lot of people are talking about this. He's just been an
Don't get me started on Dhoni right now, bro.
He's been an incredible captain this season. He's backed his players. He's especially backed his bowlers. He kept coming every time in the press conferences, interviews, and saying that my bowlers have won the game. My bowlers have won the game. When Jitesh Sharma was down, he said he's my lead wicket-taking bowler. I am going to back him no matter how many runs he gives.
And like just for that, Amar, like for me, the moment in the finals, and I remember we were there, we were talking during the game, and I told Amar that we had about 4 overs straight of spin at that time, maybe 3 overs, but Krunal Pandya had started, and he got a wicket, and Shreyas Iyer had come out to bat, and I told Amar that, knowing this guy, he's going to go for his wicket. Who does he give the ball to? Romario Shepherd. And the plan which was executed to get him out, right, was absolutely perfect. He knows that the run rate is already at a stage where Shreyas Iyer can't really build an innings. He has to be a little bit more aggressive on the start as well. And he dangles that carrot. Because if you bring on Josh Hazlewood, what is this guy going to do? He's just going to defend him and he's going to be a little bit more cautious. Because Hazlewood has got this guy out twice in the tournament already. I think.
But he also played the matchup because Shepherd had got him out in one of the games.
In one of the other games. Yeah. So he's like, I know Hazlewood is considered a danger guy. I'm going to bring in Romario Shepherd. He brings in Romario Shepherd and Romario Shepherd got the wicket. And at that point, I think all of us who were there watching the game together celebrated the hardest that night. Yeah. Because we knew how big a moment that is. And that only happens when your captain makes a move like that. Because honestly, if you think about it, it's their strongest batsman and you are bringing in your weakest bowler. But that was a pure wicket-taking decision.
That was a beautiful decision, and to me, that was the turning point of the game.
Absolutely.
It was.
Absolutely.
And there's this sense of quiet confidence around him. He doesn't speak much, but he's supremely confident because
he's so confident,
in the toss, at the toss of the final, the last thing that he said was, we are just going to treat this as another away game.
Yep.
That shows me like this guy is here, he wants to win, but he's not one of those captains. I would say, okay, let's not slag someone, but Hardik Pandya is one of those, that ultra uber cool kind of captain who approaches press conferences differently, where he exudes more than what he is, I would say.
Yeah.
Rajat Patidar is more collected, more reserved, but he has that confidence about it.
I think the difference is that, like with Pandya, I feel like he cares what people think about him, so he speaks that way.
Yeah.
Patidar does not give a shit. He's so confident in his own ability and his own, like the way he leads the team, right? He's so confident in it, he doesn't feel like he needs to show anything to the outer world.
Uncapped international T20 player.
Yeah.
But look at his journey. He was in the RCB squad. He played 4 matches. Then he was not retained. He went into the auction. He went unsold. Right? He came in first. Then Lavneet Sisodia got injured. He came in as a replacement.
Fuck is Lavneet Sisodia?
He's a Karnataka legend, bro.
Who the fuck is Lavneet Sisodia, bro?
So Lavneet Sisodia.
What injury did he get?
I don't know, man.
Bro, thanks, bro. Wherever the fuck you are, thanks.
He's a Bangalore boy, da.
Bro, then even more, bro.
So Lavneet Sisodia has got injured. Rajat Patidar has come in as a replacement after going unsold in the auctions. Has hit 100 in the playoffs against Lucknow. Kicked them out.
Where is this Lucknow hate stemming from?
I have no idea, bro. And then
have you had the food in Lucknow, by the way?
Yeah, it's really good.
It's damn good.
Yeah, it's really good. But this is not a culinary podcast, bro. So
no, fair enough. Okay. I was trying to give them something, but I was like, nope.
He's come back. He's been retained by RCB. He's been made the captain of the RCB team. He's led them to a first title after 18 years. So many legends have tried, bro.
Actually, bro.
Like what is that journey? We talk about Virat Kohli a lot, like 18 years, yes, the ups and downs. But talk about these other guys also. Like Rajat Patidar is a captain winner for RCB in the IPL. And he's gone through so much shit. And this is something that Kohli said in one of the interviews as well that it's not just my journey, it's a lot of small journeys that you guys don't know about.
There's a clip of Kohli in the dressing room.
That is damn sweet.
Yeah, I mean, saying that, look at you, what a journey from an impact player to an IPL winning captain, and he throws him his MRF bat.
He throws him his bat,
and then he kisses it.
So he asked him, Kohli asked Patidar, kaun sa chahiye? Which means like, which one do you want? And Patidar said, the one that you play with. So he immediately removes the bat that is in front of his kit and throws it to him. So that is amazing.
That's amazing, man.
Credit to Kohli, man. He's made this captain feel so secure because it's going to be tough, right? Coming into such a big franchise.
I mean, compare it to what Ruturaj versus Dhoni dynamic is, right? Where
I will compare it to even Faf. Like Faf is a big name, right? So Faf is always going to be secure, and Kohli and Faf are at the same stature in international cricket. Like they've played for those many years, they have experience. But for Patidar to come in, who's inexperienced as a captain, definitely at this level, and for Kohli to continuously say that I'm backing him, fans back him, players are backing him. In fact, RCB's announcement video for the new captain was from Kohli.
Yeah.
And that is not something that we've seen with the other franchises.
I think that's the only way to go about it, though. Because
absolutely.
You can't have anybody else, like a regular management person, announcing that Patidar is going to be the captain when Kohli's standing right there. You got to make it.
But Mumbai didn't do it that way. Chennai didn't do it that way. So, it's different. You guys want to talk about the finals?
No, I wanted to ask you about, we've spoken about Kohli, we've spoken about Patidar. What about Jitesh Sharma, the vice captain, stepping in for 2 games as a captain, and the incredible innings that you talked about, 83. All of those contributions have been epic.
Like for me, there are some cricketers like Kohli who, no matter what happens, is going to be an amazing player. He will play every single match incredibly and all of that, right? Those are the elite of the elite players. But to win tournaments, you need people who maybe are not the best players in the world, who are not consistent. But when the time comes, they perform, right? One example of this I can give, it's a totally different kind of an example, is like remember in the T20 World Cup final when we were in trouble and Akshar Patel came and played that role, right? These people who perform only on the big occasions when it's asked of them always have this cult following and this like special state in my heart. And Jitesh Sharma is that for me, because we have not won this trophy without Jitesh Sharma. His contribution in the final group game to help us qualify in the top 2, which cannot be understated.
Definitely.
It was crucial. It was absolutely crucial to us. That innings was one of the best I've ever seen in RCB colours. Genuinely, if you see what's at stake, one of the best I've ever seen. Definitely in this season, probably one of the innings of the entire tournament. That in the finals, right? Now, you have to understand, like, I'll speak a little bit about the finals to hype up what Jitesh Sharma did, right? And we were talking about this amongst each other during the game itself, that this is a finals, right? This is not the game where you take risks and try to hit even though you're losing wickets to achieve a 200 plus score. You need to get a minimum score which your bowlers can defend and can put pressure on the batsman, right? We all agreed that score would be around 180 on the day. So the role of Virat Kohli that match was that I need to build a platform which will allow the rest of the team to hit enough in the last overs to reach that 180 score, right? So Virat Kohli played slowly. Mayank Agarwal, who came in when Phil Salt got out, I thought played a very crucial innings. He played about 17-18 balls, got like 20 to 25 runs, which helped stabilize things, right? Our strike rate was, we were about 80 in like 10 overs. Like we were around
86
86 in like between like, around 8.6 runs per over. So the run rate was good. That part of it was handled well. But this means nothing if the players who come after don't capitalize on it. And that is what Jitesh Sharma did. Because it's not just that he played a great innings. He got us the momentum which got other players also hitting, right?
24 of 10, no?
24 of 10.
And that one ramp shot was just incredible.
Amazing shot, bro.
Amazing.
How did he get that?
And he followed that up with a 6. As Akshat said, I saw a tweet from one of these ultras Chennai fans who's very popular on Twitter saying that Virat Kohli is trying to stop a batting collapse that hasn't even happened. I'm like, that's the point.
That
right?
is exactly the point.
That is why he's playing that way.
You cannot afford a batting collapse in a finals.
Especially-
and you need someone to ensure that's not going to happen.
When on the other side, he's standing firm. Other side, you have 5 batters who've hit like 20, 16, 24.
Even
Those number of
Livingston
scores-
played a crucial knock.
Yeah.
Even Shepherd in the last
You need
over,
those
like
players.
last overs before he got out, he hit a 4 and a 6. So he
Yeah.
gave us, they got us over that 180 mark to the 190. Now,
And the thing about, I mean, I know you asked about Jitesh Sharma, but the thing about Kohli is that people say that being selfless is the guy who has the highest strike rate, right? Because then he doesn't care if he gets out or not.
Okay.
Like that's the general perception right now. I would argue that Virat Kohli, knowing that he's playing slowly, would be under a lot more pressure to just show the world that of course I can hit. He doesn't have to prove it to anyone.
especially with that monkey on his back about his strike rate.
About
that's
his
been
strike rate.
spoken
But
about.
he did. He stayed disciplined. Because our run rate was not bad. We were 8.6 after 10 overs. In the last 10 overs, if you get 100 runs, you're scoring 180 plus in the finals. Which is what ended up happening. Could we have got more? Definitely. Last over, we should have got a little bit more. But that platform, which was so crucial for our success, was set by him.
Yep.
And after that, that gave the batsmen who are coming in the freedom to go and swing from first ball. Right? That is how Jitesh Sharma got that innings.
Yep.
That is how Livingston was able to open up. That is how Shepherd was able to come and hit. So, it's small contributions from everyone, but let's not forget the platform which was set by the team as well. Incredibly mature innings. Very, very important innings which was played by Kohli. And that lack of experience was also seen on the flip side when Punjab were batting.
Exactly.
When you have these inexperienced batsmen who don't know how to construct a run chase, who don't know that in a finals it's actually better to take it as deep as possible and give yourself a chance rather than losing wickets early. Like Priyansh Arya, the start he got on, all of them, they were like some 3-4 edge 4s, like one edge 6 also with like he didn't middle it properly. Like you're taking a very high level of risk for something which is not really required at that stage. Prabh Simran was not able to really get going, but he never looked to rotate strike. He was swinging the ball, like the bat too hard and was not able to time the ball. These are things which you get with experience. And that knock from Kohli was a very matured and experienced knock in my view, with the team's final outcome in mind. That we need to set a platform for our big hitters coming down the order to achieve that score.
We'd met I think at about 3-4 p.m, which is 4 hours before the game. And I was telling Akshat that I think this would be a really good toss to lose, because I know that Rajat Patidar likes to bowl first and then chase the total down. But I wanted us to have that scoreboard pressure on Punjab for the very fact that this is a very inexperienced team. I mean, look at the top order. None of them are capped except Shreyas Iyer, right, for the Indian team.
But especially but on the flip side, you look at the previous game.
No, that's exactly
the
why.
qualifier too, and the innings that Shreyas Iyer
That's
put
exactly
up to
why.
get them through. It was scary when we lost the toss.
Look,
Yeah, I agree with that.
Look, you have to take it into context that happened just a day before, and he had played through his skin.
Yeah.
Like he played the innings of his life. It is very difficult for a sports person at that pressure in a final to repeat a kind of innings that he did. He needed people around him to play as well, and he needed a small contribution in that final. Both didn't happen. But I knew for sure that Shreyas Iyer is not going to play that Mumbai knock because it's difficult, man. Like you're playing against...
Balls, he knew it for sure.
Bro,
he was shitting bricks like all of us that night.
I actually wasn't. I was scared of someone like a random person like Priyansh Arya coming and destroying RCB, which has been the template throughout our entire IPL career. Like a Ben cutting kind of innings. I was shit scared of Marcus Stoinis for some reason.
I was damn scared of Stoinis, bro.
Yeah, so these are the kind of
bro.
players that I was scared for. But it was a good toss to lose. There was a scoreboard pressure. They just did not find a way to stitch a partnership throughout that innings. And before we come to Krunal Pandya, right, which is going to be a lot of our discussion, I want to talk about that catch of Phil Salt, which he took off Priyansh Arya. So calm, so composed,
It changed
under
the game.
pressure.
It
It
changed
definitely
the game.
changed the game because there was the last over, I think, of the power play. And they were looking very strong at that point of time.
Uncanny resemblance to Hardik Pandya's catch, bro.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I wanted to talk about as well. That he's taken 2 clutch catches this season that has changed the game for us. Which was the Mumbai Indians. It was not Hardik Pandya. I think it was
No, I'm
Deepak
talking
Chahar.
about the World Cup final.
Oh, that was
Oh,
Surya Kumar.
that's right.
That was Surya Kumar.
The final, no,
Yeah,
like in
yeah,
the last
Surya
over, David
Kumar.
Miller, that was Surya Kumar.
No,
yeah.
but even that Mumbai game, I don't know if you guys remember, but he took an absolute blinder. That ball was going for 6. He's caught it. He's thrown it to I think Livingston,
Okay.
Yeah.
and he's taken another brilliant catch in this finals. We needed that kind of spark because we dropped a catch before.
Oh
of
my
Romario.
god, dude! When that catch fell, I thought it was done.
Yeah. We needed something like that.
Trauma, bro.
Second really good catch was Liam Livingston off Josh English because
Huge.
yeah,
catch,
that ball
bro.
was going. It looked like it's going for 6.
Big boy on the boundary.
Yeah,
bro.
he
Got
took it and he like composed himself to not cross. And who took the wicket? It was our clutch gene, Mr. KP, the better Pandya.
The
Talk
bet.
about him, bro. Like we mentioned the clutch gene that runs in their family, but many people had. During the auction when we did pick up KP, lots of people were pointing at that buy and at that decision and saying that it was a bad decision to make
I
at
think
that point.
they
But the way
felt-
he's come out throughout the season,
Yeah.
it's been incredible.
I think people felt that Krunal Pandya as your main Indian starting all-rounder was not a strong enough pick. And I see why people are saying that. He's not a mystery spinner and he's not someone who slogs with the bat and all. So I can understand that thing, right? But for him to prove everyone wrong throughout the season, that finals performance, they were losing wickets, yes. But when you have 180 on the board, you need to put scoreboard pressure on the opposition as well. And I was continuously refreshing CricBuzz and showing you what the required run rate is because you need to build that pressure. Because if it's stable at around, let's say, 9.5 to 10.5 runs per over, you are always backing the batting team in that situation. Especially when you have someone like Josh English who looks like he's in a good flow and good touch, right? So for him to bowl that economically, to really, and what he said after the finals also shows that he's a proper thinking cricketer as well. And he realized that from the time when RCB batted, that the slower you bowl as a spinner, the better it is for you. The more difficult it is for batsmen to actually get a hold of the ball. And he did that, bowling great lines, bowling great lengths as well, just restricting the batsman and saying that, listen, I am bowling economically. Your run rate is becoming a problem. You want to hit me? Come try to hit me. I might get your wicket. And that's what he ended up doing, right?
And
picking up 2 wickets at that.
The Prabhsimran wicket that he got was actually the slowest ball of the entire match. Where he's bowled at like 82 kilometers per hour. So he slowed it down a lot, saying you want to hit, use your power and hit. And he knew that Prabhsimran is not timing it.
Yeah.
But
2 for 17 in 4 overs with an economy of 4.2.
12 dot balls in that.
Incredible spell to put out in the finals.
Yeah. Especially when you're defending a modest total. I think it's one of the greatest.
Modest
I would say
total for
par.
the venue.
It is a par ball.
According to the venue, yeah, because this
According
was
to
an
the venue, it
average
was modest,
200
but
plus. Yeah.
Considering that it was a final, I think it was a decent
Okay,
amount.
maybe
very
reduce
good
10-15 runs. I'm just saying that it was not a total where you're blown away, right? It
Yeah.
was the two teams that are very much in the game, especially after the start that they got. But I want to touch upon one thing. I remember Andy Flower saying, and I quoted this in one of our previous episodes, where Andy Flower has gone into a press conference and said that I don't know why you guys think Krunal is a defensive bowler because we've taken him to be our leading wicket taker. Like he's our attack bowler. That's something Patidar said in the post interview as well, that where is Krunal? Because whenever I am under pressure and I'm looking for a wicket in the middle, I look at Krunal. So there's a plan that is set. Now we may not know of it, but these guys are not idiots. Andy Flower has worked with Krunal Pandya for 2 years at LSG, right? And that's why he's picked him. Another thing is that this guy is the only person to get 2 Player of the Match awards in a finals.
First game, last game.
No, in a finals.
Yeah, in the final. Okay,
He's won 2
about the previous year also. Okay.
He's won 2. He's the only guy who's won 2 Player of the Match
He
awards.
took 17 wickets in the tournament, by the way.
But the interesting part about this is when Mumbai were playing that finals, I forget which year it was, they were in a really bad situation. I think they were like 45-55 for 4. And he's come out to bat and he's hit about 45-50 runs. I think he hit 47 in that game. So he's the only player to win 2 Player of the Match awards in a finals. But one is for batting and one is for bowling.
Crazy, man. Crazy. That's an amazing record, man. That's amazing.
That's brilliant. And for him to come out, slow the game down, let others take the wickets. He got the crucial wicket of Josh English as well. What a performance. I didn't like him much, I have to say, before he joined RCB. I thought he was one of those.
Amma doesn't like Mumbai boys, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
I mean, even I had my skepticism, no, because the sort of the first thing your mind runs to is nepotism, because like fucking Hardik Pandya comes out swinging for the Indian national team as well as Mumbai, and then comes Krunal
there is
Pandya.
no place for nepotism in such a high level sport. Bro.
It's not there.
You can see it with Arjun Tendulkar only. Papa guy is there every year, but he never gets a game.
He gets one game every year. No,
That's the charity game with
charity.
Yeah. But I mean, when I was watching the game, right, there was this one moment when I think Stoinis got out, and Kohli turns to ABD, who's standing somewhere in the stands, and like celebrates that wicket with him.
I mean, you can see both of them clenching their fists with this.
And then 2 balls after that, he's doing this, and he's telling ABD that tears are coming out of my eyes. We've seen Virat Kohli play for so long in this team, right? It's like we've grown up with him, because we were kids when he joined. We are somewhere mature adults now, like somewhat. He's definitely a mature adult. Yeah. So it's like we've grown up with him, and that outflow of emotions, just seeing him win an IPL. You in these 18 years, I've seen Kohli in all forms of aggressive. Like, he will go, he'll sledge you when a wicket has fallen, he'll sledge you if there's a bouncer bowled. When he hits 100, he'll do this. Like, it's aggressive. But the last 3-4 overs of the finals, he was just a completely different person.
Yeah.
I think it hit him at that time that he might actually win this. And he went into being one of the most sensitive human beings that we could see at that point.
I mean, it was a lot of emotions at that point. You know, like Kohli was an immense wreck at the last over. You could see he could not control his facial expressions.
Yeah.
He could not control his tears. That's why I wanted to touch upon Hazelwood's over, man. The last one. I know he got belted. He got belted, absolutely belted.
No, but he was just making sure that he doesn't bowl away to no ball.
4 legal deliveries.
I was celebrating whenever 6 got hit. I was like so happy.
This is just a slight remark to all the Punjab fans who are saying that
we were so close.
We were so close. It was just 6 runs off. He had one more
things
delivery.
that I cannot stand about Punjab fans, guys. Please. Shashank Singh's final 61 contribution. Don't let it go unnoticed. It's going unnoticed. Because we won. Second is Preeti Zinta deserves to win an IPL as much as Virat Kohli. What are you guys talking about?
What are you talking about, bro? Please, like, do not compare owners. Oh, she's come watch all the games. This guy has trained for like 30 years of his life for this, man. Come on, it's not comparable.
I have gone and watched all the games, dude. I've done as much as Preeti Zinta has done. If I had the money, I would go abroad also.
Give Amara team, man.
No, but as owners go, Preeti Zinta is extremely likable. She's genuinely supportive of her team. It's very nice to see. I'm not doubting that. Green flag, great job, but let's not compare. It's not slightly comparable also.
And the third thing is, whoever is handling that Punjab social media account who's making those reels, I have to say it is very cringe. Please find better ways to make your content, and hopefully you come back next year.
But like I think one of the reasons everyone at this point might have heard what Kohli has said after the match, right? Where he said he gave his youth, his prime, and his experience.
That was beautiful.
I mean,
nobody could have put it better.
It's such a beautiful quote. Yeah. But there was someone
That's
else.
like Peter Dury on drugs.
Yeah. It was like there was someone else after the match who said in an interview that the reason Kohli feels so strongly about RCB and this trophy is because his career was made in RCB. Whereas he was like the biggest prospect in Indian cricket with the Under-19 World Cup win, and everybody kind of like acknowledged that. And he was making some strides in the Indian national team. But he started to blossom into a superstar in RCB.
It coincided perfectly, you know, like Kohli's prime and the way his career picked up and the onset of IPL.
Look, they backed him. Like they backed him a lot because he was made a very young captain. But at some point in Kohli's 18-year career in the IPL, like, you have to take it into context that this guy is a champion. He wants to win. You can see it every time he takes the field.
He's an uncompromising competitor.
Yeah,
he plays to win and that is all.
From any situation.
Yeah.
No matter, even if you're kicked out of the tournament, that match that he's going to go out, he wants to win that match.
And I'm not saying this is just Kohli. All top elite athletes are the same, right? So it applies for him as well. Yeah.
So at some point, And this is after winning everything. Like, he's won the T20 World Cup, he's won the 50 over World Cup, he's won the Champions Trophy. White ball, he's probably considered one of the greatest ever players.
And we have an episode on Kohli's white ball career coming up
Red
very
ball.
soon.
Nice
At least get the topic right.
Get the red ball career coming up before the England series starts. So look out for that.
But this is a guy who's won everything. I'm sure in 18 years, at some point, he would have thought to himself that, man, maybe
It's not
this
meant
is
to be.
yeah, it's not meant to be. Can I just go out to another team? Not for the money purposes, okay? Like in an auction, if he comes into an
He's the
auction,
highest,
he's
yeah.
going to be the highest. But just that, okay, maybe I need a different environment. Maybe this team doesn't need me. Maybe we need a break. Whatever it is, do I leave and play for another franchise? And he has very unequivocally said that I will be at RCB till the last day of my career. I will only play for RCB.
He said that after the finals also. And that
No,
made
he
me
said this a lot
really
of times.
happy.
Yeah, he said this a lot of times, that he said that I'm going to retire my IPL career
My
at
soul
RCB.
is with Bangalore.
Yeah.
That's
And
what he said.
for him, I mean, as fans, yes, we wanted to win the IPL for sure. But for me personally, I don't know a lot of people if they think this way. I wanted to see him win an IPL.
Yeah.
That is also
With RCB.
It makes it a lot more special because he truly see, like, people from outside, and I'm getting into a little bit of a side topic over here, but people from outside look at Bangalore and then they see these posts about like, oh, speak Kannada only and all of that. I'm a North Indian living in Bangalore. I have had the time of my life over here, okay? But the thing is that Kannadigas, like, they are very proud people. They are very, very proud people of their culture, of their heritage, and they should be, man. They idolize, people like Javagal Srinath, they idolize Rahul Dravid, they idolize Anil Kumble. I'm talking about just sports right now. You go to Prakash Padukone, like, throughout, they're very proud about this. For these set of fans to accept a Punjabi Delhiite as one of their own, it shows that there is a true connection over there. And that connection is not one way, it's both ways.
Yep.
As much as we love Kohli, we will not feel that unless Kohli loves Bangalore as much. And you can see it. The passion with which he plays with RCB, the passion with which he talks about RCB, the emotions of him, like, honestly, like, those emotions were so raw. It was scenes which I have not seen even when we won the T20 World Cup or the 50. I'm not saying this means more to Kohli. I'm just saying from an emotional point of view, as someone who supports this team and has lived in Bangalore all our life, you feel that connection with this dude. You really do feel, and it's a beautiful feeling because it transcends sports.
Definitely.
It's more than that.
I mean, you already touched upon it. Now, I wanted to bring this up, but RCB fans and the whole fan following around this particular team, even though they hadn't won a trophy in 18 years, is something special. You also mentioned how the fans go to Chinnaswamy every single game, regardless of the situation. How does this come up? Like, as Bangaloreans, we are, even for BFC, we have a special place in our heart, but RCB takes the cake there.
I think it's just because of the heartbreaks that we've gone through collectively. It's like shared trauma, Shared trauma builds stronger connections. It's honestly, it's that. Because if we had won maybe in 2016 or 2011, I don't think the fan base would be as big as it is now. It is a collective dream for this, and not just Bangalore, man. Look at the celebrations. I was looking at videos in Hyderabad, Raipur, Ranchi, Delhi, Mumbai. Everyone is celebrating with like massive crowds for this one particular franchise. And
I just want to speak that I don't think there are any other sports franchises or clubs in the world.
I was just coming to that.
You talk about the English Premier League, you talk about La Liga, you talk about NFL football in America. When their team wins, it's huge. But to have other cities celebrating in the way, like, I wouldn't say like all Delhi fans were celebrating, but to have that level of fan base in other cities where there are IPL teams. You mentioned Hyderabad, you mentioned Delhi. They have their own IPL teams, but people are out on the street celebrating RCB win. I do not think there is any other sport or any other club in the world which can have that kind of a power.
And it's not just the people that are celebrating. If you look throughout the season, right? Look at all of the games that we've played away. Like, look at the replay of the matches. I'm not even talking about the highlights. Look at the replay of the matches and you can see that in Kolkata, everyone is screaming Virat Kohli, Virat Kohli. Eden Gardens, 80,000 capacity, iconic stadium. They love their cricket. It's
and
an
they're
RCB
very
fan.
proud about
Yeah.
KKR as well. It's
Yeah.
not like they don't like KKR.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
even there, yeah.
I would say only Mumbai was like 50-50. In Lucknow, when Digvesh Rathi did the man cut thing, the entire stadium is screaming cheater, cheater.
Yeah.
They're playing in Lucknow, it's their home game. They're screaming cheater to their own player. Like that kind of fandom and that kind of craze, I don't think I have ever seen for any sports team. Mo Bobart had said in the final interview that you've won probably the most anticipated trophy of sport.
Yeah.
He didn't say of cricket, he said of sport. And I think that's true, man. Like there are 67 crore people who viewed the IPL finals, which almost matches the number of the World Cup finals that Argentina played. One game of cricket where like 6 countries watch. 2 of them are in different time zones. So mostly it's from one country, which is India. Like it's massive.
I think that's a good note to end on though. Any other points to add?
No, I can go and talk about Virat Kohli all day and this connection with the fans. I mean, I cried a lot when he started crying, looking at those videos. Just the totality of it, you know, like even in his post-match, he said that they asked him, "Are you going to party?" He said, "No, I'm going to sleep." That shows you like
like a baby,
how
yeah.
much weight must have been on the shoulders, the
yeah.
monkey
Had
on
the
his
best
back.
sleep of his life that night.
Yeah. Everyone who they were talking to after the post-match said, "We can't even imagine what the scenes are in Bangalore. We want to go to Bangalore to celebrate with the fans." And going outside on the street, we were on Church Street, we were watching the game together. I don't think I've hugged so many random people in my life.
That's what I want to talk about. Final word was just that feeling of joy of everyone,
Yeah.
and I mean every single person in the city feeling joy. That kind of a feeling is not something I've really felt before, dude. Like I've lived here for 18 plus years. I've never really felt everyone that happy together, man. It was just beautiful just walking on the street. I know all of us have our own experiences. We celebrated together, but then we went our own ways.
Oh.
I walked, like after the trophy was lifted, I walked for like an hour. And every signal, there was a party going on.
Every signal.
Every signal.
This
People
was up
were
to
stopping.
my
It
house
was an
also.
adventure. The walk back to find a cab. I mean, Bangalore being Bangalore, you can't find a cab. There were buses like honking to the tune of people celebrating.
RCB.
I was dancing in front of a lorry too. So
There
I
was a
part of
dude
that
who was
crowd.
just, he had a bottle of alcohol. And whoever was walking by, he was just pouring it into their mouths and then dancing with them, dude. Like, and people were stuck in traffic, which we all know was not moving anywhere for at least an hour. They were all sitting over there and dancing, and everyone was feeling happy, people getting out of their cars. And that feeling is just like, it means something, man. I don't know how to put it. It's just...
It's surreal.
It's I know, like, this being our first trophy, we'll probably not feel this level of intensity again.
We will.
Which makes it this special for me.
As Mo Bobart says,
We're coming back
get
for the
used
second.
to winning, boys. Get
Yeah.
used to winning.
It's a Michael Jordan three-peat for Kohli, guys.
Man.
It's a Michael Jordan three-peat. If there's anyone who can ever come close to what Michael Jordan did for basketball in cricket terms, it is only Virat Kohli. And
Dude.
Great calls for the future, but I don't want to jinx it.
Like, personally, bro, I am so happy with what we've done already. Next season we suck. It's not going to make a difference to me at all.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm telling my perspective. I will not care. I'll be like, I got my trophy done. You
I
guys,
got my night. That one night I've envisioned for so long. That what will I actually do when RCB win? And I was just lost. Like I was just going and hugging random people, screaming RCB with them. See that Chennai chant also. CSK whistle pointing.
Dude, do you remember?
Don't finish it.
Do you remember that when we were on Church Street after the match, there was this bike, okay, which had 3 people, all of them were bald.
Yeah.
I was rubbing their heads, dude, and celebrating with them. The entire city lost their minds, man.
I almost got lathi charged by the cops. Like he came with the stick right in front of me and think he saw like my posture and my size, and he's like, if I hit this guy, he's gonna die. So
We
he
were
just
singing
went
that
ahead.
time, dude. Yeah, I remember.
What a beautiful note to end on, though, man. Incredible night, incredible scenes. Bangalore fans, if you have anything more to add, hit us on our socials. We're available on all networks. Like, share, and subscribe on all the platforms. You can find the podcast wherever you can stream from. So,
And we'll share some of the celebration videos which we captured during our screenings on our socials, and you'll find them on YouTube Shorts and Insta. So if you want to relive those amazing moments,
If you want to celebrate again, also let us know. Like, I'll celebrate this trophy till next IPL starts. So whenever is good for you guys.